started, I just want everyone to take a minute to just be mindful of their exits. We have quite a few on either side. Just in the event of an emergency, just want to make sure everybody's safe. So, welcome. I am Gr5BandChorus. I am the very proud interim principal here at the Sutton Elementary School, and I extend a very warm welcome to families, friends, and community members. You are all in for an absolute treat tonight. So, high-quality music programs begin at the elementary level, and they are led by staff who are dedicated to fostering growth and a love of music in our students. And I can, without reservation, say that that is exactly what is happening here in Sutton. Not only are Ms. Wildman and Ms. Dame incredibly talented, they serve as musical mentors for all of our students. So our program tonight is broken down into two different parts. We are going to start with a performance by our chorus, and then we will have a separate performance by our band. So first up is our incredibly talented and dedicated chorus. They are members that sacrifice some recess time each week to come together and to build their skill set, and they are led by the incredibly talented and wonderful Ms. Wildman. So without further ado, I welcome the fifth grade chorus.
Thanks everybody for coming out tonight to celebrate our awesome fifth grade chorus kids. These are the kids who had the courage and the commitment and the curiosity to pursue a music ensemble in fifth grade. This is the first time in their academic careers they've had the choice to have an elective. This is a graded elective, band and chorus, so that means they have to really step up and take on added responsibility in time, in dedication, stay on top of their classwork, keep track of their rehearsal schedules, and as Mrs. Basham noted, give up beloved recess time. And that's a tough one. So these kids standing in front of you, they're balancing all that and more. They come to chorus eagerly every week. They are super responsible. And they are enthusiastic, and they are creative, and they are just bubbling over with ideas and so much curiosity. So I'm so proud of their accomplishments and their growth, each individually and as a group. I hope you've had a chance to read in your program the goals we have for our students here in music. These are goals that are focused on opening doors for them for richer, fuller, happier lives in whatever they choose to pursue. So we have a theme tonight of kind of winter and community. So we're going to start with winter coming on. And how do we feel about that? Some people might be happy. Some people maybe not so much. We had a good taste of the cold last week. I'll let you decide how these kids feel about it. Don't know if you noticed, but small group, they're singing in harmony. That's pretty impressive in fifth grade. Yeah. So our next song brings in a little bit of planetary science. We have just figured that winter's coming. Now we're going to go to the winter solstice, which we all know is the longest night of the year. So in this song, they're using some echo phrases to kind of give that mystical sense of the planet revolving around the sun. Solstice, the days are getting longer. And our next song is the Drinking Gourd. And now the Drinking Gourd is a code song. It is a map. It's coded language for the Underground Railroad for the African Americans who were escaping slavery to freedom. Whether this is this song through the ages has kind of taken on different words and stuff, so you'll notice some of it isn't very coded. But it starts with when the sun comes back and the first quail calls. So it's late winter, early spring. So that's the code to tell the people who are going to escape, I guess, from Alabama up to the Ohio River, that this is the time. The first quail calls at the beginning of the mating season for the quails. Days are getting longer. Important thing, the river is still frozen, okay? So, follow the drinking gourd. The drinking gourd, of course, is the Big Dipper, which points to the North Star when they would be traveling north. Head Let Go was supposedly a Navy former Navy man who had a peg leg, and he would mark the trees in a certain way so that people would recognize that they're on the right path. So this is all code, and it's very secret. So I think you'll be able to tell. Don't give it away. I just want to mention the courage that these 8 kids up here are demonstrating here tonight. Imagine being on this planet for about 10 years and getting up in front of a room full of people who love you and support you with nothing between you and them, and sharing your love and your hard work and your spectacular singing and your passion for singing with a big room full of people. I'm not sure I could have done that when I was 10, honestly. So, nervous, excited, joyful, so proud of you. Good work. So I just want to mention that our arts programs, they're all of the arts. I had a teacher when I was in college who said, Susan, you know, the fine arts are all a way of communicating beyond the limits of language. Whether it is in drama, whether it is in visual art, in music, in orchestral whatever. Beyond the language, the limits of language are the arts, and this is where so much comes together. So much of our history, so much of our culture, so much of our sciences, our math, it all comes, our social emotional, our teamwork, our life skills, our finding a way to take something big and complicated and break it into little baby bites and put it back together and then having something awesome to share with our community. And so thank you. Thank you, parents, for sharing your kids and supporting the arts in our school. Thank you, kids, for your passion and your dedication. Thank you to our administrators. Thank you for supporting the arts in our schedules and our school committee and everybody for making this opportunity available to our students to help them grow and flourish. All right, our last song is a reflection of, they wanted to sing in a foreign language. And so we didn't get as far with it as we would have liked, but they have here singing in French. And it is a song of community and teamwork and together being there for each other. Called Donnez-moi la main. Thank you. Aren't they awesome? All right. So if you will stay, sit tight, we will exit the stage. The band will be on, and we will have a little bit of help to move the risers. My kids are all set. They are multitasking. And so sit tight, and the band will be right on.
How about another hand for our amazing chorus? And the choir. Absolutely fantastic. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
So tonight marks a very important part in the journey of a band member, their first performance. So this is going to be absolutely incredible. When I think of the band, what comes to mind are the same things that we talked about with our chorus. Dedication, commitment, practice, progress, all of that paired with an incredible leader, someone who is so passionate about music and wants to share that gift, Miss Dane. So I would like us to put our hands together and welcome our 5th grade band and their incredible leader.
They're lucky I'm athletic. Could have fallen off the stage. Welcome everybody this evening. What a great night to celebrate Sutton Elementary School and our 5th graders. What a beautiful day. If you have a kiddo in this program, or maybe you were a bando with me long ago, and imagine that, I do have past students in this group. You remember that in the fall, those first weeks, remember what they sounded like? Yeah. this age that maybe you know or maybe you don't. A duet is when you have two independent parts playing at the same time. That means you have to have faith and confidence in yourself to read your part, know that you will follow your information even when you hear other things happening around you. Tremendously difficult at this stage in age, and they really did a nice job. So the next piece we'd like to do for you is Frere Jacques, also known as Are You Sleeping in English, and we are going to do it in a gargantuan round. And a round, if you're not, I bring you back in time. A round is when one group starts that piece, another group starts that piece later. You think, oh, they're just chasing each other, but they're actually causing a massive harmony. So raise your hand if you're first in the round. Brave Liam on the percussion. Raise your hand if you're second in the round. So they will be the second group coming in, the flutes. Raise your hand if you're third. Here goes those clarinets. Raise your hand if you're fourth. Saxophones. Aiden, put your hand up because you are not fourth. Be careful. Raise your hand if you are fifth. Trumpets. Raise your hand if you're sixth. My bass trombones. All right, let's check out this gargantuan round. Make sure I give a few shout outs before I get all overwhelmed with these. I really want to thank our administrators, Nick Hoffman, Caitlin Bashad, Courtney Bashad, Caitlin Bachet, my fifth grade team that are here, past and present. They make it possible for me to do what I do with them. Without their support, without their guidance, without their, yes, we got to get down here, we couldn't do this program. I am fortunate that that's the same way right through 12th grade in this school. the town of Sutton, my community, your community, realizes the importance of everything. We need to be everything to be well-rounded. And I thank them from the bottom of my heart. I've been here 32 years. Oh, my point is, I smile every day coming to work and they know it's true. Who has a job like that? Me. Me. Thank you. Thank you, Sutton. Thank you, Sutton Schools. Yep. Thank you, my people. That's a band clap, if you didn't know that. Yep, that's our band shuffle clap. The reason I paused, besides just taking it all in, and you only get to do this very few times in your life, so you better enjoy them while you're here, right? But the other thing is, poor Liam, and I say poor Liam just because he's got to move. So as a percussionist, it's not like, oh, I play my flute the whole time. It's this piece on the triangle, next piece on the drum, next piece on the suspended cymbal, next. So he has to like move as he's fitting himself. So I'm trying to like make sure he's all set back there before I shock him and start to move. The next piece, Hard Rock Blues, always the favorite, I don't care what year I'm on, is if you go to basketball games here in Sutton, even at the high school, and you watch that pet band play, which, man, makes that game so much more exciting, with that added part, because it feels just like any of the college games maybe you have gone to when you have the band playing at a football game or a basketball game. Hard Rock Blues is actually played by many of those pep bands. So consider this our pep for you guys. Our last piece is the biggest one for us, mojo. And, you get your mojo on, get your game face on, kind of idea. So every year, I get to this point, I'm with my groups, and I was like, oh my God, I can't get any better than this, So those of you who had me, or I've had your kids, every year I stand up and go, oh my God, these guys are awesome. Because every year, oh my God, they're all awesome. Okay, and I want to thank you. So I've done my administrators, but you are the reason they come to school to this food, Their willingness to learn, the excitedness to be creative, to ask me questions. Some of them have already started writing their own music. Some of them have taken other music, bluesy and so forth, and figured it out and wrote it down, and everybody got a copy. I mean, how much fun is that? So thank you, families, parents, grandparents, neighbors. You set them up to want to learn, because learning is awesome when you do it. You get them ready every day. Some of you save them often with a phone call. Those of you who have kids that like to forget things. You're there for them. I appreciate you. I, again, am honored to be in this town. Thank you.